Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining this session today. We are representing MS Ramaiah University of Applied Sciences and Avasta Learning. And we would like to welcome you all to this session on marketplace marketing and traction building. In today's session, we would be covering various aspects of marketplace marketing and traction building. So there are key 4 to 5 elements that we aim to cover today. First one would be how to engage customers to build trust. Second would be how to upsell and cross-sell to increase average revenue per customers. Influencer marketing and partnerships to grow brand. Global marketplaces, and how to do competitor research in marketplaces. So these are few of the aspects that we will be covering today in this session. I would like to add here that MSRUS is planning to launch an executive postgraduate program in digital business management and international e-commerce in the month of August 2024. So this is the flagship program which is visible onto your screen, visible onto your screen. You may check out the details. I will put this into the chat box. We have designed this program to help entrepreneurs, businessmen, working professionals who want to learn digital marketing and digital business management with a specialization in e-commerce. So all of you who are interested and are exploring to learn how to build and scale digital business, this program would be an apt program for you. The program has been specially designed to cater to entrepreneurs, exporters who are looking at exploring digital marketing for export businesses, working professionals who are looking at becoming digital business leaders in their organization, and even people who are looking at learning various aspects of digital marketing can explore this program. Now, all the program details are there on the website, and which you can refer and also contact us on our email ID, which I'll be sharing in the chat box. And now I would like to invite our expert for today, Mr. Prakash Arya, who would be taking up today's session on marketplace marketing and traction building. Mr. Prakash Arya is a seasoned and serial entrepreneur with over 26 years of experience and a track record of successful ventures in India and United States. He has been a speaker, author, business consultant, corporate trainer, and adjunct faculty in eminent institutions of India. So Prakash ji has also written, he has been delivering lectures at prestigious academic institutions, including IITs, RECs, and IIMs, and top management colleges in India. His articles are featured in leading business magazines worldwide. And we are thankful to Prakash Arya for taking out his time for this webinar. And we look forward to providing you a very good experience on the topic today. So I invite Prakash Arya to start the session.
Thank you, Mr. Sumit. So make me your host so that I can share my screen.
Sure, sure. Sir, you are the host now.
Okay. My screen is visible to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot, Mr. Sumit, to give a good introduction and just make a platform on today's session, marketplace marketing and traction building. So this is completely a new domain. This is completely a new you can say a marketing initiative nowadays, where we talk about marketplaces, we are talking about marketing, we are talking about traction building. If we talk about the same concept 10 years before, so people were not knowing about that is there a thing called marketplace, or if we talk about a marketplace versus a normal e-commerce store, is there any difference between? So through this particular presentation, I'll try to take my experience with you, that what I had learned from this particular domain, marketplace marketing. uh, as Mr. Sumit already stated the fact that uh, about my experience talking about different content, delivering lectures and all. One thing I just want to add, the introduction what he had made is, I had authored two books. Uh, Rather, I had authored three books. Two books had been already published. And my practical experience with this particular domain, I'm talking about purely on e-commerce, it came into in a highlight session when my two books introduced in India through Amazon for a worldwide sale. So till now, so why I'm talking about these two books I'm talking about, because I had learned a lots of practical experiences when I entered into marketplace, which was completely new to me. A lots of rules are there, a lots of trends are there, a lots of secrets are there regarding this marketplace things. So I learned a lots of things through my personal expertise, through my practical expertise rather than you can talk about. Because the moment I go to, let's say, Amazon, Flipkart, and other places, I'd seen a lots of new things which was not known to me before. So whatsoever things I'm discussing during this presentation, it's on all based on my practical approach, my practical learnings, and the domain knowledge which is associated to. So let's just start with this presentation, marketplace marketing and traction building. And I'm sure that many of you are new to this concept, marketplace. And if you are, it might happen that some of you know about it, but the more and more practical things we talk about, we will see that what are the basic difference between all these critical terms. So let's just start with this presentation on a first slide. Before starting this presentation formally, I would like to talk about the core philosophy of Avasta, this AgTech platform, learning by doing. So this particular presentation is covering this philosophy, learning by doing. It means I'm talking less academics, more practical aspect. I'm trying to tell you that how you learn by doing it yourself. So this presentation is all about that. So thanks to this platform to give me an opportunity to speak with uh, concept. So in this presentation, as Mr. Sumit already stated, that we have 6 different verticals where I talk about marketplace marketing. So the first is start with engaging customers and building trust in marketplaces. So if we talk about trust, it's a human nature. It's a human orientation, rather say. So trust is one of the most important aspects. So this trust issue is not new. The trust issue is quite old one when practical life comes. Normally what had happened, before I'm talking about emerging of e-commerce, we normally, whenever we need to buy certain product, we go to market, just talk to the shopkeeper, see the products, take the products, feel the product, negotiate the pricing of the product with the shopkeeper, and we tend to buy that product, come home with that product, and start using that product. So this is what the traditional way of uh, interacting with the product. So when this physical thing was going on, so trust building was quite natural, because you normally go to a shop where you normally buy, you get a better deal, you feel the product, you feel that, okay, whatsoever product I'm buying, this product is worthwhile. But when it comes to online marketing, when it comes to marketplace marketing, this trust was not there initially. You must have heard a lots of examples, a lots of case studies, a lots of rumors where people say that they ordered something online, but instead of uh, getting a genuine product, they got a product which is not the genuine one. So this genuinity versus original product marketing is still a debatable issue nowadays. although e-commerce has evolved in India worldwide a lot, in India it is still in evolving stage, thanks to places like Amazon, Flipkart, and others who really contributed a lot in terms of customer engagement, in terms of customer awareness. So when I say trust, what does it mean exactly? So what if we talk about, because we are talking about a subject here, we are talking about a concept here. So what is trust exactly? And before even exploring trust, different dynamics of trust, we need to understand that what marketplace is all about. So let's see, what is marketplace. So definitely I understand that some of you say that, okay, Amazon is a perfect example of marketplace. Some you may say that, okay, Flipkart is a place, a typical example of a marketplace. What uh, but what is the real thing? Is it really that Amazon is a real marketplace, or Amazon is something else? So we need to first of all, I feel so that we need to simplify the definition of marketplace. Let's understand what marketplace is all about. So in this particular picture, it is quite evident when we talk about marketplace. So this picture tells us that marketplace, an open outdoor place in a town where people buy and sell things. The market is the abstract sense. That is perfectly fine. So there is an example, there is a photograph itself, which is talking about a big mall is there, a big market place is there. It is called a traditional marketplace. And nowadays, when you see on a right hand side, Facebook marketing is there, Amazon is there, eBay is there. So these are online marketplaces. So if I conclude this particular picture definition, so I'm not talking anything academic here, but this picture depicts, this picture uh, made it very clear the difference between a traditional marketplace and a non online marketplace. So when we see an online marketplace, so what is the technical definition of an online marketing place? So this particular slide is talking about that it is an e-commerce platform that offers products and services from multiple sellers. So here the keyword is multiple sellers. Normally it might happen that if you are a product owner or if you are a service provider, it might happen that if you have it might happen that you have certain products and you are selling that products on your website. Is it a marketplace? No. The moment we sell anything on our website, it is not a marketplace. Marketplace means we are talking about a platform where different kind of sellers are there. So if you are, let's say for an example, if you are selling shoes, so on marketplace, it is quite evident that apart from you, there are 100 other sellers who are selling shoes. So if we talk about, if the crowded place is there, so if there are one seller, two seller, or even 100 seller for the same product, it would be very difficult to create a trust building, because it might happen that you are genuine, your product is genuine, your product is a superior quality, you have everything aligned in your business scenario, but it might happen that your competitor products is not genuine, they are not optimized, and instead of providing a genuine product, they are selling a product which is not market fit, maybe the product is not of a good quality, maybe, and the product is not of use at all. So if that is the scenario, so for a normal customer, you are losing trust. So in a marketplace, if you want to really build this marketplace, you need to create a trust. And creating an online trust is one of the most difficult tasks what people normally feel the people encountered with. I'm talking about all big companies of India as well as the different countries all across the globe. They are struggling with the issue to create a trust building online thing, because the moment online things are concerned, a lots of people, I'm talking about even our in our family, if we talk about our grandfathers, we are talking about our fathers or elders in our family, they're much more resilient about this concept of online marketing. They say that online marketing could be a cheap thing, online marketing could be a marketing which is not of use or may not have a good trust. So trust is one of the most important aspect. And why I'm talking about trust? Because if you able to generate trust of your product, of your brand, you will able to generate high profit, one, reach more customers. Since on marketplace, you are not alone seller. There are multiple seller like you. but it depends on you how good you are in projecting your company brand image as well as the product. So since a marketplace, a lots of buyers are coming, huge potential customers are coming. So definitely you can reach out to more customer, eliminate inventory stocks. So to sell online, this is the power of an online thing. You need not to pile up products in your warehouse. You need not to pile up your services invoices in your warehouse. You need to simply list your product, and the moment it starts getting traction, you will able to say and better product deals. It might happen that if a product price is 100 rupees, you can still offer a good deal. So this why people even like this marketplaces, because they are getting the better deal. They say that whatsoever products are available in the market, it might happen that online products are little bit cheap, or on online space they will get a better deal. So this is one of the most important aspect why people prefer to buy an online marketing places. And apart from we since we are talking about marketplaces here, so definitely there are other benefits. All we know, it is saving time. It is accessible 24 into 7 thing. It is giving you the same kind of shopping experience without even stepping out from your home or office. You are getting a product right delivered at your home, and still you are enjoying your life. And that is why marketplace is taking a big lead in the market. So this is something very important we need to consider in this particular presentation. Let's go to the next slide. So why trust is important in e-commerce? Because in this particular section, we are talking about creating a trust. Trust is a very important aspect, and it is said that it's a key to success. So it is not evident that we are talking about trust issue only in an online space or a marketplace. Trust is always a point of concern even in offline market is there. So it might happen there is a shop in your vicinity, there is a shop in your city. They are quite 50 years maybe old, they could be 25 years old. So they had established trust in your mind, and simply you go and just buy the product with this assurance in your mind that product is genuine, or the kind of things interaction is genuine. But in online spaces, things are very different. You are not able to see the sellers. You're not visiting store physically. So trust is an important issue here. So how to create a trust, that is really very important to us. Let's see. When we talk about trust, so trust is not a single word. When we talk about trust, trust had different characteristics, or trust had different elements. So what are the different elements we are talking about? Customers, trust, ethics, innovation, excellence, whole responsibility, teamwork, and a lots of other elements. So these small elements make a bigger picture, which is known as trust. So one of the famous person who basically said that if people like you, they will listen to you. But if they trust you, they will do business with you. This is something very important. This is a line you need to understand. This line will definitely serve the purpose of talking about trust. So when I was talking about my experience, when I introduced my two books on Amazon, so in the starting, that was my first book. My first book name is Invest in Digital, Turning Crisis into an Opportunity. So this book came into the market. I'm talking about the marketplace when COVID was there. So everything was blocked, and I took the advantage of this situation and introduced my book to Amazon. So the moment it published on Amazon, so since this was my first book, so I was an author who had not written before any book. So definitely for a few of the days, people is still finding a trust issue before ordering a book, because they were not knowing that what kind of book this is, whether this book will help them or not. But once the traction getting started, once people are getting writing review about the book, people are talking about the book, people suggesting a lots of genuine feedback about the book, it starts getting traction. And I'm very happy to share that fact that I had sold somewhere around 7,000 copies of my first book worldwide without spending a single money. So the somewhere around 2,300 copies had been sold online in US market only. Rest of the copies sold both in India as well as other parts of the globe. And 1,400 copies I sold in Japan. So So this is a practical example to me. This is a practical exposure to me. So that time I was quite wondering that how people are believing on me, how people are interacting about my books, things and all. So I had seen even nowadays, even if you go to Amazon and just write the name of my book, or even go to Google and just write my name, Prakash Arya books, or maybe invest in digital, turning crisis into an opportunity in Google by Prakash Arya, you will see lots of results are there. So these results, whenever person is trying to buy certain products, they do a lots of research. So in momentum of that research, if they get a good traction, if they get a very good kind of uh, you can say traction about that particular product, it is quite easier to sell them online. So my first book really done well when we talk about traction building, when we talk about the other aspect. But the moment I go to my second book, the situation is something very different, because in my second book, I had till that I had already published my first book, done traction. So now people had a lots of you can say expectation from me. So I'm talking about a seller perspective. So they wanted to see that what is the new in second book and all. So why I'm talking about these particular examples in front of you, because trust is one of the most important aspects. Trust cannot be built online in one single day. And when I say creating a trust or gaining a trust, it does not mean that I'm talking about only a platform for Amazon or platform for Flipkart. I'm talking about if you need to create a trust around your product or a service, you need to use a 360-degree view of an online space. It could be Google, it could be Microsoft, it could be Google search engines, it could be social media, it could be different articles, it could be different blogs, it could be different content marketing. So all these small elements make a bigger picture, which is known as trust. So trust is something very important aspect. The moment you go to next slides, you will understand it better that if we have a very good trust on an online space, we can sell products like anything. So when we talk about a trust, what does it mean exactly? Does it mean that trust brings loyalty? Yes, trust brings a lot of loyalty to you. What kind of loyalty we are talking about, or loyalty we are talking about? The first thing is integrity. So it means from a buyer perspective, if I'm even ordering a product of 500 rupees on Amazon, I'm very concerned about that, whether the product is right or not. If what happens if product is not good, whether we can exchange that product or not, what is the star rating that product had. Even in a normal case, I'm not talking about marketplace. Even if you, for an example, if you are living in South India and if you want to come Delhi and book a hotel, so before even book a hotel, you need to see that how that hotel is, what is the review, what is the location review, how is the food, what people are talking about that hotel. So even, this is a human psychology, this is a human behavior. So on online space, this is much more focused, much more advanced manner. So nowadays, a lots of other things have come, which we talk about trust. So trust does not mean that you are only good at selling up the things. Trust means you are very good at support also. You are very good at care also. It might happen that if you bought a wrong product, it might happen that if you call to customer care of that particular product of that particular company, it might happen sometimes you get a very good feedback, sometimes you have been provided an excellent support, sometimes you are not getting an excellent support. And the moment you could not get an excellent support, you started craving about the product and the company. Many of the big companies, I'm talking about all top big giants across the globe, they have been shut down their shutters in India because of poor customer services, one, or their understanding about customer service in India is something very different what they had done it in US or Europe. So this is a very eye-opening statement when we talk about trust. So most of the online shoppers, if we talk about these two statements, most of the online shoppers feel concerned when they are not familiar with the website that they are shopping. The fact may be cause loss of sales as well as losing customers in long term, and that is why people prefer more to buy from Amazon or Flipkart rather than just a standalone website of a particular brand. So this is one an eye-opening things. So definitely in next of the slides, I'll be talking about that how to complement both your marketplace as well as your own website. The second aspect, if you do it right and earn customer trust. So earning customer trust is not uh, uh, 24 into 7 quick job. It will take years. It needs a complete 360-degree strategy to understand that how to create a customer trust. What are the earning of elements of customer trust? And a high percentage of your conversion ratio is an online store is trust always. So in few of the slides, you will see whatever I'm talking to. So if we talk about, as I say, trust, so it means, as I stated you, that it is a group of many elements. So service is one of the important, value is one of the important. So here service means, since you are buying a product not from a market, not from a shopper's website, you are buying a product from Amazon. So definitely you have more trust of Amazon. You understand that, okay, if I am paying even in advance for a particular product, my product is bound to deliver at my place without any limitation, without any lack of delivery. So this is what the service brand value Amazon had created, and that is why they are ruling all across the globe. Then value, what kind of value we are talking about? The timely delivery is one of the important aspect. The fair pricing is one of the important aspect. It might happen there would be certain taxation on a particular product. You are rest assured that, okay, if it is an Amazon or Flipkart, they are quite competent, or they are definitely following many other compliances. Loyalty is something very important. It means if you are the first time shopper on Amazon, the situation would be very different. If you are the second time, third time, or the fourth time shopper on Amazon, you will get different kind of loyalty points, discount, or lots of other steps what Amazon is providing. So Amazon is not just a marketplace. Why I'm talking about Amazon? Definitely in certain slides you will see that what is the market value, what is the market shares of Amazon as far as the marketplace is concerned. But they are putting a lots of loyalty. They are putting a lots of customer satisfaction, and communication is the key. When I say communication, it means what? If I ordered certain products, when my product is reaching to me, what is the stage, and on what day, what time I'm expected to get my product. So this is what communication is. And these are the elements which makes e-commerce a completely unique place. So this is something very important we need to learn, we need to understand. And these understanding cannot be definitely learned in few slide side presentation or a 1 hour webinar. It took years to learn things. So for me, I had been practicing e-commerce for a couple of years, and I started practicing more when my 2 books came. So it's an evaluation kind of thing. You will learn every single day a new thing about people behavior, about people trust, about people expectation from you. And these marketplaces are the best. I must say that these marketplaces are an university itself. Every day you are learning a lot. So when we talk about e-commerce, when we talk about marketplace, so trust is one of the most important aspect, because marketplace is all about trust only. So this is what the conclusion of this particular slide. So if we talk about trust, let's talk about an example, because till now I was talking about either my experience.
डायरेक्ट लिंक भेज दो व्हाट्सएप पे.
So till now I was talking about.
नहीं नहीं, मैं लिंक भेज, अभी वही रजिस्ट्रेशन वाला लिंक मैं भेज दूं तेरे को व्हाट्सएप पे. मैं खोला हुआ मीटिंग पे. हाँ.
So till now, I was talking about my practical experience. Let's see what the practical experience of this particular domain. So let's talk about a case study, which is a boat lifestyle case study. Most probably you know about boat. Boat is an upcoming world leading brand, wearable leading brands, where they say sell different kind of products. And very soon, in less than 5 years, they emerged like a market leader. Even in India, they had done a pretty good job in terms of sales, in terms of customer acquisition, in terms of revenue optimization and all. So how both had changed the market scenario? What they really executed in terms of customer building things, trust, value, image, brand perception and all. If you see, so this is a snapshot of their website. So definitely, and you will be wondered to know that their website, I'm talking about a boat lifestyle website, and their brand page on Amazon, it looks very similar. So that is one of the success secret behind this boat lifestyle secret. So just see, even on their homepage, they have a picture of Virat Kohli. So just imagine that if you have a picture of Virat Kohli just talking about X product or Y product, you definitely have to have a very good trust to them. You feel that, okay, this is not an ordinary brand. This is not a brand which is a very local in aspect. It might happen that this is a national brand, or it might happen that this is a world leading brand. And that is why this kind of brand perception they want to create. And Boat Lifestyle had created that perception online only. You will be wondered to know that they had created this perception online only, and they had created some a very good amount of revenue in initial stages of their market segmentation. So definitely this is one of the aspect why people are talking about trust and online space. So this is a snapshot of their product pages. So, and I'm talking about, this is still a snapshot of their website. But if you see apart on their product page, they have displayed product in a very legitimate manner. So apart from writing about a product name, maybe the product feature, they are talking about in every single product, which I definitely marked in green circle and all. You will see they are talking about ratings, product ratings. So the first one is having a 5-star rating out of all. How many people, how many ratings? It's a 77 people rating. So it means 77 people had reviewed this particular product and they had given a 5-star rating. Then on a second product, it is 4.8 star rating. On the third product, it is 4.9 star rating. And the fourth product is 4.9 star rating. So what does it mean exactly? So when we talk about rating, what does it mean? Rating, it means it's a people review. And you won't be believe these kind of ratings, what they are displaying on their website. They are not talking about their website rating or their rating of a product on their website. They are talking about this rating based on their Amazon page. So on Amazon, they have a brand page. Definitely in the next slide, I'll show you. They have a brand page and every single product they had listed on Amazon website. So every product has a rating. And definitely the more and more rating you have, definitely your trust building is there. It might happen that the first one, the product is Nirvana ION, and the product price is 2299. And if you see the last product, which product price is 1299. If we talk about ratings, so 5 rating is upon 77 77 ratings, and if you see the last product 4.9 rating is upon 18 rating. So definitely it's quite practical that you go for a 2299 rating, 2299 price product, because you see that customer rating in a very legitimate manner. And won't we believe why I'm talking about this rating game here? Because on online commerce, on an online platform, rating is everything. And it might happen that you have a question in your mind. Definitely, I'll give you a time in the last when you can ask your question. But a very important question to you. I'm expecting that question from the educator who are learning this platform. Uh, it might happen you have a very genuine question. Even a few years back, I had this genuine question in mind. Can we manipulate this rating? Can we pay Amazon and just ask them that just try to figure out some rating manipulation of this particular product? Is it possible? Can I do a manipulation of rating in an e-commerce space? So the answer is no. And that is why Amazon is an Amazon, or marketplace is on a marketplace. So Amazon, you cannot even write 2 ratings for a single product. One aspect. You can even, it is not like that, say you simply buy a product and start doing rating. It is not there. So it is very stringent process. And if Amazon feels that your rating is manipulated, or it might happen that a company asks its employees to do a rating on Amazon, if they feel like that, if these kind of manipulation had been done, they will block your page. They will block to do business on an online space or on an Amazon. So these ratings are very important, and these ratings are nothing but a symbol of trust, which we are talking about. And brands like Amazon, brands like both had used to showcase their brand, to make their brand perception more stronger. And that is why right on their website, I'm not talking about their Amazon page, right on their website, they are using this trust factor to showcase their USP. And that is why they are selling their products like anything. So this is a product, this is a snapshot of their product page still on their website, where you can see that there are different stars. So this is a human psychology. The more and more star you feel, definitely you tend to buy that product. There are two aspects. It might happen that certain very good product has a 0-star rating or has a lesser star rating, and sometimes a very mediocre product can be a very good star rating. And you cannot really do apart from that. There are certain optimization, there are certain metrics, there are certain tactics using which you can definitely improve your star rating, but you cannot manipulate it. This is what the trust is all about. And this star rating is a game changer for every single e-commerce entity who want to sell their product in online space. So that is why I put this example of both in front of you, so that you can correlate with the things. So now we are entering into the second aspect, or what I say, if you have any question related to it, you can write your question on chat, and I'll try to take that question one by one if that question comes to me, and try to answer the questions. So now we are talking about the second aspect of my topic, building customer trust through engaging marketing strategies.
वालेकुम अब्दुल करीम। अल्लाह फजल है। नहीं बोलिए।
Sumit ji, can you see?
आप है कहाँ आप?
Just a second, sir. I'm not having the.
आप इससे पहले आया था, सऊदी के नंबर से आया था वो।
Sir, please unmute. Please mute Shrikant B. Rao. Shrikant B. Rao, can you mute yourself?
नहीं सिम कार्ड था, उसके बाद निकाल दिया।
अच्छा,
Just a minute, please.
Salim Khan, also please mute. I think. Okay. Please continue, sir.
Okay. So the boat example I had given you, this is one of the fabulous example. I always give this example to people when I talk about the brand perception in terms of trust. So now we are entering into second aspect of my talk, which is trust, creating trust through emerging marketing strategies. So what are the different strategies we are talking about? So is there any secret? Is there any quick shortcut kind of thing? Are we talking about some manipulation? So let's explore this. So one of the most important aspect is, people always ask me this question when I go for consultation, when I go to different places in India as well as the outside outside space all across the globe. They talk about that, is it important that I need to have a very good e-commerce website, because I want to sell a product and I'm selling that product a very good amount of product on a Amazon or Flipkart or a Snapdeal. Do I need to have my own website? So in Indian scenario will be there is a surprising data to you. 95% of people who are selling online in India does not have their brand website. And if 5% people who are having their brand website, either their website is too poor in look and feel and trust building, or they are using hardly less than 10% of the conversion from their own website. But at the same time, they are getting 90% conversion of their product or their services from Amazon. So this is a dynamics. So we need to understand that why it is happening. So I had already discussed about trust as an issue. So is it important that if I want to sell a particular product on Amazon or a Flipkart, I simply go to Amazon, list that product and just sit back and expecting that a lot of sales will be there? It is not there. Why? Because as I already stated you, whenever a buyer, a typical buyer I'm talking about, the lesser price, the buyer would be more aggressive in terms of research, in terms of finding trust for your brand. So whenever a buyer want to buy a product and they had seen your product on Amazon, they definitely go to Google and just talk about your brand name on Google, or maybe your company website on Google. And normally what had happened, I'm talking about an Indian scenario. Most of the people who are selling their products online, their website are either pathetic, or their website is not matching with the kind of communication what they have on an e-commerce platform and their website platform. So there is a huge difference. And since a normal person, I'm talking about not a techie, not a person who is well versed with in e-commerce thing, they could not believe that you are a genuine people. And that is why they may buy your product from Amazon, but they will never buy a product from your e-commerce store. So many of you may ask this question, that it is okay that if they are wanting a product, or if they are buying a product from e-commerce, what does it mean if they are not buying from you? Most of the product, Amazon is charging somewhere around 15% to 40 up to 40% commission for every single sale. So just imagine if you are selling a product of, let's say, 100 rupees on Amazon, you tend to sacrifice somewhere around rupees 35 to 40 rupees only as an marketplace commission. So Amazon is definitely having a higher side of commission rather than Flipkart or Snapdeal or other brands. But as a brand owner, you need to think, because ultimately your aim is to earn money. Your aim is to use marketplace to showcase your product, as well as to do some kind of a very good traction. So definitely your as a product specialist, as a company, you want to save money. You want to make more profit for you. So if you really want to make more profit for you, you need to develop your website. You need to complement your website with a marketplace presence in a much legitimate manner. And most of the brands, I'll showcase that brands in few of the slides, they have equal level of powerful presence both on a marketplace as well as their own website. And that is why they're making millions and millions rupees on a daily basis. I'm talking about from Amazon, Flipkart, or all e-commerce places. So let's understand that, is there any difference between marketplace and e-commerce website? Let's see. So this is a particular example of, this is a specific example of Mamaearth. Mamaearth is a cosmetic company. Mamaearth is a brand, and this brand is a very new brand I'm talking about. In less than 5 years, they had done some fabulous job, and they had even launched an IPO in India. And they were very close to launch their IPO twice, even before finally launching their IPO. So you need to understand, how can a company which is just 5-year-old or 6-year-old, or let's say 7-year-old, they're reached on a place where they want to create an IPO and just enter into the market with a big zoom. How is it possible? Is it very much possible? Because they had really invested a very good amount of energy, money, resources, their knowledge, both on their website as well as on Amazon thing. So right now you are seeing their website is screenshot. So on their website, their products look like this. And in this particular slide, see how their product is looking, what kind of detailing they have, how a brand perception is being created on an e-commerce on their website. And in the next slide, they have a brand presence which is on Amazon, which is very similar to what their website is having. And that is why normal people, I'm talking about a people who is very normal, it means they are not very techy, they are a very common people. We see a lot of synergy. Synergy of what? Synergy of trust, synergy of experience, synergy of customer experience. And since they align both their own website as well as the marketplace website, so their alignment of customer experience, the brand experience, is somewhat a very unique way. And that is why company like this launch their IPO less than in 5 years of their existence. This is a wonderful case study we need to understand. And we need to understand that the power of a marketplace. This is again a very dynamic example of again a different cosmetic brand, which is known as Sugar Cosmetics, which is led by Vinita Singh. Vinita was one of the Shark in famous Shark Tank series on Sony. So Benita, what she did, in their website, they had done a lots of innovation, creativity, and lots of brand energy is there. And if you see their Amazon page, see The same kind of energy is there. So these new platforms I'm talking about, these new brands I'm talking about, all these brands are just 5-year-old or maybe 6-year-old. There, it is not like that. All these brands are 20 years old. So the people who are selling in a traditional way 20 years back, 15 years back, these new brands had closed their businesses. They had reduced their share down to a maximum level. So this is something very important we need to really learn about. And you will be wondered to know that these practical examples, these practical learnings are not even on Google. So you need to really understand it from a very critical aspect. You need to really put it a lots of effort, put it a lots of energy. We need to do a lots of practical exercises when you want to sell the products in online space. And this is a secret. I always say to my students, I always say to my client, you need to really buckle up and just learn these secrets. One, you understand these secrets, you will able to make a huge amount of money using these marketplaces, what these brands are doing it. So this is again a very important aspect, that if you have your own custom website and if you have a marketplace presence, what is the difference? What is the key differentiation area? So on a left side, I'm talking about marketplace exposure. On a right hand side, I'm talking about a customer e-commerce exposure. So definitely key indicators elements are there. For an example, I start with the left one. So if you have a marketplace presence, it means you have an exposure, you have a trust. Exposure means why? Because Amazon is a place where millions and millions people are visiting on a daily basis. So that is why you have a huge exposure. Then trust of Amazon. So no matter whether you are placing an order of 500 rupees or 5,000 rupees, you have a trust that, okay, if I pay this amount or if I have ordered this amount on Amazon, I must have a product. I will take a very good delivery. So that trust aspect is there. Low startup cost. Although this is a myth, on an e-commerce space, there is nothing called a low startup cost. Definitely registering yourself as a vendor or a seller on e-commerce is completely free, but this is a hidden, you can say, of these platforms. They are charging a good amount once you start selling on their platforms. So low startup cost is definitely, if I talk about or if I compare about this particular cost with the traditional one, you feel this is a low startup cost, but in practical, there is nothing called a low startup cost. SEO benefits. So many of you may have understanding of SEO. Many of you may not have understanding of SEO. So since this is a long presentation, so in crux, I'll tell you that what SEO is all about, because on marketplace, SEO is one of the biggest game changer thing. SEO is a activity where any product, any service, if you want to buy, if normally what had happened, that you go to Google, just type that I need a watch, I need let's say a bed, I need a shirt, whatsoever you're typing on Google, and basis on the typing, whatsoever results Google is producing, result Google is displaying, that is what SEO is all about. This is one of the most critical aspect. And in practical life, you need to pay a good amount of money to just get listed on a higher ranking of SEO. But on Amazon, it is not there. In Amazon, there is intelligent SEO elements are there. So definitely, putting your product on Amazon is not a cakewalk. You need to put either you need to hire a good agency, or you need to learn a lot before exactly selling product on Amazon aspect. So, but definitely, since we are talking about a competition, so on marketplace, you need not to do much more on SEO, because Amazon is taking care of the same. High traffic. Traffic, it means visitors. So definitely, I had already stated you that Amazon is leading the global market of e-commerce. So definitely, it's quite natural that they have a higher traffic. Less financial risk. So why I'm talking about less financial risk? It means almost it is free to make an account of Amazon or Flipkart and just list your product. So definitely it is a less financial risk. Limited control. Limited control means definitely as a seller, you have a standard type of control, where using which you can definitely talk about your product, upload your content, upload your product photographs, upload your product information. It is not like that Amazon has given you an unlimited control and you are putting a lots of information of your own. This is not the case. They have a very limited, they have a standard structure and you need to follow it. So when I talk about these listing things or a product orientation thing, maybe in some other class or seminar, I'll talk more about that. More competition. So competition is one of the most important aspect. As a seller, definitely competition is harming your profitability. It is limiting your profitability. But from a buyer perspective, competition is good because basis on the competition, I'm getting the big discounts. Betting on the due to competition, I'm taking a good product. The product numbers could be a good one, and competition is always a healthy for a customer point of view. So that is why this more competition is there. Fees on every sale. It means whenever your product is selling, only then Amazon is charging you. So this is again a myth. But to talk about a customer perspective, a seller perspective, it is like that. That many people just make their account on Amazon or Flipkart because they feel that okay, fee is only on sale, but it is not the case. They are charging for every single thing. Even if you want to deliver the product through Amazon logic, you need to pay it. So for every small instances, they are definitely charging you, but definitely they are charging you only when such a product is being sold. Lack of branding and personalization. So again, this statement is not correctly 100% correct because definitely branding and personalization is there, but you need to pay a hefty fee on marketplaces. So the examples what I've showed you of let's say Mama or Sugar Cosmetics or Boat Lifestyle, they had paid a huge amount for their branding and all. So their pages on Amazon is look like that this is their personal website. So these are the things which is quite secretive nowadays. So most of the people are not knowing that Amazon is charging an hefty amount to create that exposure. And that is why if you attend these kind of webinars, you will get much more about the practical aspect of an e-commerce. So one of the myths which every people, almost most of the people in India have that in my mind that e-commerce is a completely free thing. Listing a product on Amazon is free. Selling a product is on Amazon is free. Getting you at Amazon as a seller, definitely this could be a tactic, but this is not free. You need to ultimately pay a very hefty price if you want to create a brand awareness of your product, if you want to showcase your product with your brand base, and that is why this personalization is there. So you need to pay. When we talk about our customer, a custom e-commerce site is there. So definitely there are certain limitations. But again, I'm I'm strongly tell you, if you really want to do rule on internet, and if you want to really sell on internet, good or invest a very good amount of investment on your website, on your own e-commerce website. In India, normally e-commerce website start with the 25,000 rupees, 40,000 rupees, 50,000 rupees. But in practical life, e-commerce, an average good looking or a powerful e-commerce website cost start with the 5 lakh rupees. So there is a huge difference. As a professional, I know what thing I'm talking about. But for a general masses, people end up saying that my website is not working. I had paid 20,000 rupees, 50,000 rupees, 1 lakh, but still my website is not working. But the same product I am able to sell on Amazon, so I'm happy with that. So until and unless you need not to invest, if you are not invested in your website, it will not show the results. So you need to understand this. So definitely, since if you have your standalone website where people are not knowing about your brand, people are not knowing about your company, so definitely you have a less exposure. Need to build a trust. It might happen that you are in the market for 20 years, but people are not knowing you. So that is a trust issue. Especially the trust issue became much more vibrant when you started selling online. People are not believing in you. So definitely, there are definitely practices, there are definitely services, there are different aspects where you can create a good amount of trust building. So these are certain things I had already talked about the benefits of marketplace. But when we talk about the limitations of your personal e-commerce website, I'm not saying that you need not to invest. I always say that invest first on your e-commerce website, then only you start listing your product on Amazon or Flipkart. Otherwise, it will be a societal situation to you. It might happen that you still getting orders from Amazon, Flipkart, but not getting a single order from your own website. So you need to really think upon, you need to really very concerned about these things. So still, I had already discussed about that, but there are certain things what people are talking about. If we talk about marketplace and e-commerce, so traffic is one of the important aspect why people are still preferring list their product, showcase their product on a marketplace. So traffic is one of the aspect. Promo, promo means I'm talking about promotion. So definitely e-commerce platforms like Amazon is already providing their they are promoting their product categories quite often. If fashion brand is there, they are already promoting. They are definitely not promoting you as a brand. They are not promoting you as a seller, but they are promoting their product category. They are promoting their product subcategory. So this is what Amazon is doing or Flipkart is doing. Then cost, it is not a zero cost. People are talking about it as zero cost. It is not a zero cost because we are talking about here a very professional one representation is there. So it is not a zero cost. But if you compare this cost with your website or your thing, it could be a lesser in a starting. But definitely later on you will feel make. Startup time is quite easy. Like for an example, if you have a product, if you want to sell that products in next 24 hours or 40 hours, 8 hours, uh, you go to Amazon or Flipkart, register yourself as a seller and start selling your products worldwide in next 48 hours. So it is very much possible, and that is why these marketplaces are gaining popularity day by day. So buy cycle. Normally on e-commerce thing, buying cycle is something very different what in normal life is or practical life is. So normally what had happened, we should start with an awareness thing. So for an example, somebody is looking for a men's watch. So normally what they do, if awareness is there, so definitely they just go to Google, just see that who's are the company who are providing, let's say, men's watches, what are their price tags, what are the kind of discount what they are getting off. They do after awareness, they do research, then do compare it that what will happen if I buy this particular product, this watch from Amazon, is it cheap, or if I buy that product from brand website itself, is it cheap. Again, this is a very complex aspect to understand, but definitely people buy end up buying behavior by buying it from a marketplace. Once they purchase it, definitely one of the important aspect is retention. So in Amazon, normally what had happened, or in marketplace, normally what had happened, you are never getting exposed to customer data. So it is not like that, that if you are selling 500 products daily on Amazon or Flipkart, you are getting 500 customer data along with you. It is not there. Even the most important elements of a customer data is the customer name, mobile number, and email address. On Amazon, you are not getting it. On Flipkart, you are not getting it. It means you are selling your product to ghosts, but maybe the real users, but you are not having their mobile number and their email address. And this is what the Amazon strategy to capture and control the market. So you need to really think upon that. Do you want to sell your product to the people whom mobile number and email addresses are not with you? If that is the case, it is a very alarming stage. And most of the businesses who came to me to with this question, they always ask me this question that this is the scenario, how to do it. So we need to understand it in a very different way. Now, effective cross-selling strategy. So there is a concept of cross-selling and upselling techniques in e-commerce. Why I'm talking about this thing? I'm expecting these things based on the people behavior. So upscaling and cross-selling is what basically. So before talking to about it in detail, let's have an example. So if we talk about upscaling and cross-selling, let's see in another example. This is the slide which I wanted to talk, but let's talk about the other slide. So let's talk about this example. So normally, what is upselling and cross-selling? Normally, what had happened when you go to e-commerce site and just order a product, it might happen that you feel that once you are at a place, checkout place where you need to pay the amount and just complete your shopping, they may offer you that, okay, you are buying a product of X rupees or this particular product. Along with this product, you can also buy these products. These products can be useful for you, and normally they have a very good offer to you, and you are intended to buy one single product, but instead of buying one single product, you intended to buy a complete bulk product kind of number of times. It is known as impulsive shopping on e-commerce thing. So a lots of a brand is already projecting on the same, and on e-commerce scenario, on a marketplace scenario, this upscaling and cross-selling strategy work very faster, and that is why they on a very speedy basis they exhaust their inventory. So I had already stated you, for an example, this example is there. So let's see this. If you buy a particular product, let's say 100 ml product is 259. So you're intended to buy a 100 ml product of 259. But they are talking about that if you want to buy a product of 150 ml, the same product, the price would be 375 rupees. Then if you're talking about a product of two, you will definitely saving somewhere around 30%, 3%, 5%, whatsoever it is. So these are the upscaling and cross-selling strategies, and brands are making a very good amount of money by using this particular question. So here is a to-do list. Definitely, whenever you have time, definitely you need to think upon. So exercise is to execute is you need to write about 5 brands which you don't like much due to their poor market presence and poor engagement strategies. So these kind of little exercises will give you in power with a lots of practical life experiences. It might happen that if you write something, you will get too long a very detailed way. So definitely we'll talk more about upskilling and cross-selling in this particular slide. And I'll take somewhere around 25 minutes to complete my slide. So Sumiji, I am hope so that you are okay with. Definitely at the last, I'll take question of the same.
Yes,
So,
sir. I think we're please go ahead, sir. That's absolutely fine. Right. Sir.
okay, okay. So it is very important to understand, because one thing is very clear that it is not written on Google. So e-commerce is not a 20 years or 30 years old business or a syndrome. E-commerce is a 5 years old syndrome in India, 5 or 7 years, and worldwide it is not less than a 10 years old syndrome. So lots of learnings are there, and these learnings are not in textbook. These learnings are not in academic book. These learnings are more on a practical day life things, and that is why if these webinars are there, so definitely it will open a door to you for this a complete new session. So let's talk about upskilling and cross-selling strategies. So there are, before starting about cross-selling and upscaling strategy, let's understand the 6 various benefits why people means I'm talking about sellers or brands or companies, why they are considering these 2 strategies to sell their products even. They say that it improves shopping experience. Definitely, it is improving a lots of customer experience, because with a limited amount, you are tend to buy a particular product. Normally in practical life, if we have 500 rupees, we go to a shop, buy a product of let's say 475 rupees or let's say 500 and come back to home. And definitely you are definitely paying for your transportation, your timings and other stuff. But on e-commerce, the same amount, it might happen that you will buy another product also, or may happen that you will get an extra benefit which is not coming on offline thing. And that is why nowadays people are buying even products like AC, fridge, televisions, mobile phones, everything, even big furnitures are there. People are buying these things from an online space, not because of money, not because of just saving money, but to definitely get an added advantage. It's increased customer conversion rates also. So conversion rates means what? In e-commerce, normally we talk about conversion rate. It means, let's say on an e-commerce thing, 100 people visit to your page, but they're not buying your product. it might happen that 100 people visit your product, and out of 100 people, if 90 people are buying your product, it means your conversion ratio is somewhere around 90%. So this is one of the most simplest thing I can feel that I can tell you. So conversion rate is something very important aspect. So in e-commerce, products are being sold basis on conversion rates, and better conversion rates you have, the better profitability you will make it. So definitely to increase conversion rates, you have different kind of options to implement on your e-commerce thing. It might happen that on e-commerce you can play a paid ad, and whenever you are buying a product, you must have seen, I'll show you in some of the example, that uh, you are selling your product and there is a product just ahead of your product. It is showing that this product is a sponsored product. So number of times what had happened that a sponsored product gets created more traction. So it is helping you to getting the better conversion. Then delights of existing customer experience. So definitely, if we're talking about a customer experience, upscaling and cross-selling things, it is enhance your customer experience. It is quite new. Creating new leads. Leads means what I am talking about. Leads means in e-commerce we normally talk about new customers. So it might happen that I am visiting a website to just buy a shirt in 500 rupees, but I ended up doing my shopping in 750 along with a shirt and a pant. So this is a kind of lead as well as the product conversion, better product conversion example. Pitching less sold products. So number of times what had happened in e-commerce is situation that a lots of product which are good in nature, but they are not being sold by the platform itself. There could be 1000 regions of the same. So normally what normally people do on online space, they started making different kind of discounts on their unused inventory. And the more and more innovative discounts they are pitching. So normally they are buying their product on a rock bottom price. People feel that they are buying that product on a rock bottom price. This is not the reality, but definitely it is selling like anything. You must have heard, because you people are there, and you must have heard that on a play on special occasions like Diwali, on a special occasion like 15th August, India Independence Day, then 26th January, big brands like Amazon is making a sale kind of a statement, right? They are putting sale. They are saying that you can buy this product of on 70% off. You can buy this product on 90% off. How they are managing these offs? Are they paying from their own pocket? Who is paying for this 70% off? So basically, these are the marketing strategies where what normally they do. They sell their product, which is not very good at it, in their organic selling. So the product which is quite lying in their warehouses or the brand are not able to sell their product. So those particular product, those particular inventory, they sell it through these cross selling strategies. So this is something very important. So that Diwali sale, that 15th August sale, that Freedom sale, these are the upcoming things, and people are enjoying it. And people, Amazon had built some very good amounts of crores and crores of rupees just by one single day sale. So we need to learn from it, and it had changed the dynamics of Indian market or e-commerce systems. So we need to think upon it very seriously. Then unbuffering better options, unbuffering or flooding better options. Definitely customer is there, a lots of healthy competition is there, so definitely you have more and more options to choose from. It is ultimately a winning point for end customer. So this is again a practical example of an e-commerce, there is a product you must have seen that this is a sugar cosmetic product, and on the bottom they are talking about. So this particular snapshot is a sugar cosmetic snapshot page, but along with their sugar cosmetic brand, you may see that there are different brands what they are projecting. So Maybelline a brand is there, Lakme brand is there, Color Bar brand is there. So what is the intention behind showing this other brands products just along with your products in e-commerce? The idea is to cross sell, the idea is to upsell, and that is why the e-commerce places are a very different, a complex places to understand as far as online selling is concerned. So these are one of the most important aspects we need to learn. And this cross selling and upselling things, I must feel that these things are definitely included in academic syllabus of students. I'm talking about nowadays MBA students, and they must do research into it. Once they conclude, once they crack the formula, they will able to help their companies, maybe their employers, and they are definitely getting a lots of good amount of salary. Unfortunately, in practically in India, it is not happening. So the people or the fresh graduates or MBA who are coming to market for their jobs and all, they are unaware of these trends and practices. So definitely universities need to take care of this thing. So upscaling versus cross-selling, what does it mean exactly? So main product is a main product. Cross-selling, it means you are talking about an additional product, and upscale is you are talking about a very good alternative, which I had already discussed in a previous slide. I had show you some of the case study snapshots. So this is a practical example which is only depicted through an image. So these two images are stronger enough to tell you that upscaling encouraging buyer to purchase an upgrade and add-on premium version of a particular product. It is again a marketing glimpse. So it might happen that in reality it is not happening in a way it is projecting here, but this is again a market trend. And encouraging a buyer to buy or purchase another product in addition of the primary product is a cross-selling. And number of times it is happening, especially at the time of Diwali in India, people are crazy to do shopping for XYZ products, and they end up definitely with this cross-selling and upscaling strategies, marketing strategies, without knowing that they are the victim of these two these two strategies adopted by various seller brands of the companies. Now, one of the most important aspect is talking about how to streamline your search if you have a product on Amazon, if you have a product on marketplace, how we need to really do metrics gaming, how we nearly adopt a strategy where I can sell my product in much more, you can say inventory kind of, much more numbers kind of, what is there. So unlike Google, every search engine platforms, unlike Google or search engine platforms like Google, Microsoft or other platforms, every single marketplace like brands like Amazon, Flipkart, they have a search bar on their page. So in this particular picture, in this practical snapshot, you must have seen that a search bar is there. This search bar is as powerful as Google normally is, but this search bar is controlled directly by Amazon. So whatsoever thing you are typing, for an example, this is an example. If somebody is just typing lip, so the idea was that he may be looking for lipstick. So the moment you type lip, a lot of suggestions are there. So they are talking about lipstick for women, lip balm, lipstick, lip gloss, lip balm for women, lip tint, lipstick combo pack. So this is what the beauty of this particular search algorithm of this search engine places. So for a single product, even you did not write a single product name, or number of times what had happened, even imagine that is the beauty of any other marketplace. Even if you write the wrong spelling, the right product inventory is there. So this is the beauty. So their search engines algorithms are quite intelligent one. They ended up with the wrong spelling with the right product. So this is what the good imaging is there. They are using nowadays a lot of artificial intelligence, machine learning to understand that what customer is looking of. So for an example, if you're talking about lipstick, the moment you write only lip, so you can see a lots of search options they are seeing. And these search options is again a strategy. These search options are the search options, which is normally not showing you at the time of adding your product as a seller. So these are the strategy we need to really drill down that how Amazon is playing with this strategy. So this is one of the aspect. So, but the idea is to talk about how to empower your search, the product or the brand empower your search. So this is the strategy, one of the strategy. So on a first slide, I am talking about this search option. On a second image, I just write eyeliner. So the moment I write eyeliner, lots of options are there. So this cross-selling and upselling techniques are there, but these are the search techniques. So understanding search technique is not a 10-minute job or a 20-minute job. It takes somewhere around a year around. Even and that time a year around, I'm only talking when on a daily basis you spend 2 hours on an e-commerce website. on, let's say on Amazon as a seller, then you need to understand it. It is not a one-day job. It is not like a that you do a course of, let's say, 6 weeks or let's say 1 month and you will able to understand anything. It is not happening. I spent somewhere around years and years on e-commerce uh, in a practical aspect, and that is why we understand that, okay, what does it mean exactly. So since we are a learner here, we are in a learning mode. So but these are one of the most intelligent strategies which are quite hidden from the people. I'm talking about the common people, and when I say people, it means I'm talking about uh, sellers, I'm talking about the brands, I'm talking about the companies. So these SEO things, SEO is one of the important aspect, as I already stated you. But here SEO means I'm talking about search engines on Amazon, search engines on Flipkart. So this is again an example. I had already discussed about it, that they are talking about. So if we see the left hand images, we see that in $20 we will get this much of product. So normally you ended up with a huge amount of inventory buying, whether you require it or not. That is what this e-commerce is all about. Then reach out to your past customers. But in e-commerce, it is very difficult because, as I stated you, that as a seller, you do not have any access of the customer data. It means I'm talking about the customer phone number and customer email ID. So on e-commerce store, it is one of the most challenging aspect, that it might happen that you are selling your product every day to 500 new people, but end of the day, you won't have their email ID and phone number. This is one of the biggest limitations what this marketplace is all about. You need to think very wisely on it before even uploading your products on e-commerce. What are the different 5 matrices we talk about that make sure you understand the needs and wants? This is what other additional benefit. So these elements I had already discussed, but you need to understand it from a seller point of view. Here is an exercise which I normally recommend people to do it. That do you feel that cross selling is an effective way to engage customers, and how it can help to sell more products? So this is a statement. You need to find your way, whether you feel like or not. And definitely after this seminar, I am available. I'm talking about not for today, but I can be reached through emails. So Mr. Sumit can provide you my email ID. You can, if you have certain questions, if you have certain practical aspect or a case study kind of thing, you can always discuss that thing with me. So these small exercises are intended to give you some kind of framework, some kind of uh, food for thought to play with, since you are attending this webinar. Now, one of the most important aspect, although this aspect is not new to us, because we had seen when we were a child, but nowadays these aspects build at a complete marketing strategy. So it's a influencer marketing and partnership thing. So what does it mean by influencer marketing partnership? So we had seen that Amitabh Bachchan was endorsing certain products. I'm not talking about today. I'm talking about 20 years even back. Uh, Lots of Hindi film industry, big blockbuster heroes and heroines are endorsing product, and since they are endorsing the product, so we as a common man believe much more on product. We have an inspiration value, and we just buy the product. This is the same thing, but in new packaging. So that is why it is known as an influencer marketing and partnership. But the the basic funda remains same, but definitely crux are different. It is more intelligent. This is more data oriented. This is more on a customer centric kind of thing. What is influencer marketing? So influencer marketing normally when you endorse either a product specialist or maybe a celebrity or maybe a sports person who are endorsing your product. It might happen that they are directly talking about your product, or it might happen they are talking about indirectly about your product. But since they are talking about a product or maybe the service domain, so you are likely to believe on that and you can buy it. So if you talk about, so this is a perfect example of Mama, which is I had already discussed about in previous slide. So they introduce, they endorse, or you can say they rope in Silpa Shetty and the other younger celebrity uh, into their brand theme. And since these two celebrities are quite common faces, quite a premium faces to us. So we believe on that. We feel that, okay, since they are endorsing their products, so definitely products are good. It might happen that they never use this product in their lifestyle, but since they are endorsing their product, so you're likely to buy that product. And this endorsing is happening on an online space. It might happen that they have TV commercials, they are displaying TV commercials on an ad and all. But if you go to their website, if you go to their Amazon page, you will see the same kind of creative. So it ended with you with more brand value. The second example is boat, which I had put it on. If you see their small snapshot, which is on the downside, you will see Hollywood, you will see Ranveer Singh is there, Rashmi is there, this Pushpa film heroine, and another cool guy of the sports world. So why they are endorsing it? This is what about influencer marketing. And influencer marketing is an upcoming trend nowadays. And every single brand, every single entity who are into this business, they want them to utilize like anything. So this partnership is always good for both buyers as well as the sellers. Sellers because they are able to sell more products. Buyer because they feel that, okay, this is a brand where they can believe on. In this particular slide, I'm talking about influencer marketing. So what does it influencer marketing basically? So they are talking about three different categories. The first category is celebrity influencer. So when I say celebrity, it could be a sports person, it could be a celebrity. So they are talking about a public figure. So any person, whether they are a celebrity or a sports person or a film actresses, they are the creative celebrity influencers. The micro is micro influencers. So micro influencers are the people who are a specialist of a particular domain. It means, for an example, Tutu Dhawan was a person, if you are aware about automobile. So Tutu Dhawan was a person, he's an old guy. His age is somewhere around 60 or something, but he's a specialist of automobile. So wherever automobile review is there, he simply appears and he talks about, on his wisdom, he's talking about on automobile. So Tutu Dhawan is a celebrity. He's a Amitabh Bachchan figure for automobile in India, as well as the influential marketing is there. Nowadays, he's not looking much, but still he's one of the person who helped different automobile companies to sell their automobiles in a large number. So they are known as micro influencers because they are the product specialists. Same thing happened. You can take a good example of Sanjeev Kapoor, who is a chef. So nowadays, Sanjeev Kapoor is not just making foods. He's endorsing a lots of products. There is a brand called Wonder Chef. So nowadays, Sanjeev Kapoor is endorsing Wonder Chef for every single thing. And you keep on believing in Sanjeev Kapoor because he is a chef. You feel like that, okay, if Sanjeev Kapoor is saying something about this particular product, it is quite believable. And that's the purpose of. And micro influencers are the people who are very content oriented kind of thing. They are a very niche kind of things. So this is a big world of influencer marketing nowadays. In India, it is still in a national stage, but years to come, they will emerge like a full strategy of the marketing thing. Now, on this particular slide, I would like to give you an exercise which you need to think upon. Just you need to write about 5 brands you feel like that due to their influential marketing campaign, you like it and you ended up with buying their products. It could be any brand. It could be FMCG brand. It could be electronics brand. It could be anything. You need to this exercise based on your gut, based on your personal feeling, and do this thing. You can email this exercise to me. I can review. I can help you out whether you are going in the right direction or not. So these are the exercises which is intended to give you more on a practical training kind of. So I'm leaving this brand because this is this particular slide because this is a complex slide, but I had already discussed about it. There is a you can say there is a research which is showing that 68% of consumers making buying decisions after viewing partnership campaigns. Partnership campaigns means what? Partnership with influencers I'm talking about. 64% influencer marketing is going and owning a big share. 64% are the percentage which people are buying it. The brands had kept their budget for influencer marketing. This is something very important. And you will be surprised to know that Instagram tops on almost it after TikTok, because TikTok is not in India. So I'm talking about Instagram. It tops on influencer marketing. So brands are choosing Instagram. It is somewhere around 50% for their influencer marketing things. TikTok is when in India. So here we'll not talk about TikTok. Then Facebook is there, YouTube is there. So these are the channels where people put it a lots of ads using their celebrities, using their influential partners to showcase their brand. So if we talk about a different kind of things, so it is just a snapshot that which kind of celebrities are doing what kind of percentage are there. So this is an interactive study which is ultimately good to consider of. So I'm now entering into the last aspect of global marketing expansion strategy. So what does it mean exactly? Means when I say global marketing strategy, it means normally what had happened when you register yourself as a seller, either on Amazon or Flipkart, you need to register for a particular geo area. It means, for an example, if you are living in India and if you make your seller profile on Amazon, by default, you are tended to sell your products in India. But if your product can be scalable, if your product is acceptable in various aspects on e-commerce for different countries, so Amazon is always asking about you, do you want to sell this product outside India? It means Amazon is almost near about in more than 100 countries. Amazon is having their presence with their specialized websites, that country specific websites. So just sitting in India, you can sell your products or maybe services all across the globe without even stepping out from your home or your office. So this is an unique, you can say, combination about a marketplace expansion strategy is concerned. Let's see what this is all about. So top online sites in India. I'm talking about India here. So you can see that Amazon is there, Flipkart is there, Myntra is there, Tata Click is there, JioMart is there, ShopClues, Ajio, Paytm is there. These are the Indian sites, online Indian sites. But when we talk about international marketplaces, things are quite different. So Amazon is still topping on this particular list, but there are different. Alibaba is one of the biggest players as far as the e-commerce is there. eBay is one of the oldest as well as the biggest player of e-commerce businesses all across. So when I say your global strategy to sell, or you can say you're scaling up to worldwide market, does not mean that you are only talking about Amazon only. You can sell your product anywhere in the world through eBay. You can sell anywhere in the world your product through Alibaba. So, but definitely Alibaba is not very user friendly. What Amazon is all about. eBay is not user friendly of what Amazon is all about. Because eBay and Alibaba, you must have an international account, and lots of compliances issue are there. So most of the Indian companies I'm talking about my practical experience. A lots of Indian companies fell into compliances aspect, and that is why they are not able to take their products to worldwide. So definitely, if you have a compliance in place, if you have your export thing, documentation is ready thing, your product must be in their standard quality pass kind of thing for a respective country. If you have these all information in place, since you can sell your product to any of these e-commerce platforms. But this is a slide which can be a full day training program. So definitely in this particular training program, I cannot include much on that, because this is one of the deepest, you can say, a deep dive C kind of thing as far as the information is concerned. But to conclude it, I want to say that if you intended to sell your products worldwide, gone are the days then you need to wander here and there to just do the different kind of agents, talk to them, request them, and then started selling your products worldwide. Now it's a 48 hours job. So in the moment you have your compliances, the moment everything required document you have, in next 48 hours, you can sell your product anywhere all across the globe. So the world is yours. The only thing is that we need to land up with the right wisdom, knowledge, strategy, as well as our organic thinking, the practical thinking, which will help you to sell through this worldwide thing. Competitor analysis, I'm leaving it because competitor analysis is something you need to be very particular about, because most of us who are attending this learning webinar, not from the industry, not from the e-commerce thing. So I don't think the competition analysis you need to learn here in just this is short span of time. But if you really feel that competition analysis you want to learn, definitely you can write to the organizer of this particular webinar. Will help you with the right kind of knowledge to you. This is the online shoppers all around the globe. So people in US spend still bigger amount of money as far as the online shopping is concerned. This report, this snapshot is quite old one, but still you see India is nowhere in this list, because in India e-commerce is still emerging, and it take somewhere around next 5 years to get on a global footprint things. Although India is a bigger market, this is one of the aspect. So these are some good interesting things that if we talk about Amazon, how Amazon big is. So Amazon is somewhere around 304 million users. So you can understand that what kind of database they have. They have different 11 global marketplaces. They have somewhere around 3 billion selling product kind of things. So this is what the power of Amazon is. So this is the last slide what I want to showcase you, because we are still running short by the time. So when we conclude this learning is all about. So why we need to consider these following points. It will give you a fresh perspective to understand a marketplace from a content point of view. Diversified marketplace for various product categories. It means it is not like that Amazon is good for every single product. It could be happen that, for an example, if you talk about X category, Y category, it might happen that there are certain products which are not good fit for every single things. So Amazon is not the only online place in India. There are different places. We need to figure it out. So diversified marketplaces for various product categories are there. For an example, in India, if we talk about fashion, so Myntra is still ruling the world. So Myntra is not doing a very good job for other categories, but for fashion, they're number one. So Myntra is a product specific kind of category. So this is what the diverse marketplace categorization is. Sponsored products drive product visibility. Sponsored product, as I stated you, that there will be a concept of paid ads. It means as a seller, you simply list your product. It might happen that you may sell your product, but not on a big number. So if you want to sell your products on a big number, you need to pay to Amazon to showcase or to enhance your product visibility. And that is why we talk it as a sponsor product. Amazon stores showcase your brand and products. As I already stated you, I had given an example of Mama and other stuff who are already utilizing it. Then Amazon buying is trusted for reviews. It means I'm talking about all star ratings and all social media integration things. I'm talking about that influencer marketing and all. So these things I had discussed that most of in a more practical aspect. So I hope so that my this knowledge will definitely give you a pathway to understand that how marketplace is working and what could be the marketplace marketing strategy to start making fractions. So any question you have, Sumiji, now it is over to you. You decide how to go forward.
Thank you, Prakashji, for your insights, and we really feel that they are very valuable for the participants who have managed to take out their precious time to attend this webinar. So thank you everyone for attending this webinar. So I would also thank MS Ramaiah University of Applied Sciences to partner with us to organize this webinar on marketplace growth and traction building. We'll be organizing webinars on newer topics in the coming weeks. So about which we'll be sharing more details on your email ID. This webinar session recording would be available on Avasta's YouTube channel. So within next 12 hours, my team will be sharing the recording details with you, along with the information on the next webinar topic. So we look forward to seeing you in our next webinar on storytelling and B2B marketing for export businesses, which will be planned in the coming weeks. So we'll be announcing the date shortly and we'll keep you updated. Thank you so much for your time and have a great evening ahead. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks a lot. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much.